Tonight, a dramatic shift is looming for millions of future pensioners in the United Kingdom. The Department for Work and Pensions has sounded the alarm. A shocking new government report reveals that unless urgent action is taken, today's workers could be left significantly worse off in retirement than their parents and grandparents, facing an estimated loss of £800 or more in pension income by 2050. And in response, the government is taking unprecedented steps. In a move that has already ignited serious debate across political circles and households alike, the DWP has launched an emergency review into the state pension age, opening the door to potential changes that could impact millions of working-age adults and shake the very foundation of retirement planning in Britain. Work and Pensions Secretary Liz Kendall delivered the bombshell earlier today, stating that this review comes far earlier than expected. Normally, these reviews are carried out every 6 years, and the last one was only completed in 2023. But rising fears of future pension poverty have prompted the government to fast-track its next evaluation, just 2 years later, signaling the urgency of the crisis. Kendall made it clear, future generations are on course to retire with far less. Without reform, retirees in 2050 may receive up to 8% less in private pension income compared to those retiring today. That means hundreds of pounds less every year for life for those who've worked hard all their lives. In practical terms, this equates to roughly £800 in lost income per person, a chilling warning that underscores just how fragile the system has become. So, what exactly is going wrong? According to today's report, millions are simply not saving enough. The data reveals an unsettling picture. Nearly 15 million people in the UK, that's 4 in 10 working-age adults, are undersaving for retirement. And the risks are even greater among key groups. The self-employed, lower-income workers, ethnic minorities, and women are disproportionately affected. Astonishingly, 3 million self-employed individuals are reportedly saving nothing at all for their future. Among low-paid workers in the private sector, only a quarter are putting aside money for retirement. And the numbers are even more alarming among those from Pakistani and Bangladeshi backgrounds, where again, only 25% are contributing to private pensions. But perhaps the most distressing statistic of all is the gender pension gap. The government's own figures confirm a staggering 48% divide between the private pension wealth of men and women. That means that as things stand, the average woman approaching retirement today can expect an income of just over £100 per week from private savings, while her male counterpart is looking at more than £200. That's a difference of more than £5,000 a year, just based on gender alone. It's no wonder that the DWP is reviving one of the most influential pension reform bodies in UK history. Today, alongside the early state pension age review, the government has officially relaunched the Pensions Commission, a powerful policy body last active nearly 2 decades ago. The original commission, first established in 2006, was credited with building cross-party support for the rollout of automatic enrolment, a reform that transformed retirement saving in Britain. Back in 2012, just 55% of eligible employees were saving into a workplace pension. Today, that figure has soared to 88%. But even that isn't enough, as inflation, stagnant wages, and soaring living costs eat away at savings faster than ever before. The new Pensions Commission, backed by Pensions Minister Torsten Bell, has been tasked with investigating the barriers preventing workers from saving and finding urgent solutions. Bell did not mince words. He said, "If we carry on as we are, tomorrow's retirees risk being poorer than today's." His warning is as blunt as it is chilling: the progress made over the past 2 decades could be erased if action isn't taken now. But how did we get here? The answer lies partly in the growing pressure on the state pension system. With Britain's aging population and rising life expectancy, the cost of maintaining generous pension commitments, particularly under the triple lock system, is ballooning. The triple lock guarantees that the state pension rises each year by whichever is highest of 3 measures: inflation, average wage growth, or 2.5%. While this has protected retirees from falling behind in tough economic times, it has also added billions to the government's pension bill, raising serious questions about its long-term affordability. In fact, the Office for Budget Responsibility has previously warned that the triple lock could become 3 times more expensive by 2030 than originally anticipated, placing an additional £15.5 billion strain on the national budget. With costs spiraling and savings faltering, the state pension age is once again under review. While no final decision has been made, experts believe that changes could include raising the pension age sooner than expected, potentially pushing millions to work longer before they can access state support. The implications are vast. For someone in their 40s or 50s today, the goalposts could shift, delaying retirement plans and demanding greater private savings than ever before. And yet, despite all the concern, the government insists that no formal change to the pension age will take place during this Parliament. Instead, the findings from both the review and the Commission's work are expected to shape policy decisions well into the next decade, with a final report due in 2027. But the message is clear: reform is coming. And those who aren't prepared could find themselves caught short in retirement. So what can be done? Experts say a key part of the solution is raising the minimum contribution rates for auto-enrollment pensions. Under the current system, most workers contribute 8% of their salary, including employer contributions, into their pension pots. But analysis shows that this is not enough to fund a moderate or comfortable retirement. Recent modeling by financial firm Quilter suggests that even a small increase, say, from 8% to 9%, could add over £64,000 to someone's pension pot by the time they retire. A more ambitious rise to 12% could result in a boost of more than £250,000. These numbers show the power of compounding over time, but also underscore just how urgent it is to start saving early and contribute more, especially for younger workers. Yet any change to contribution rules comes with challenges. Higher employer contributions could strain small businesses, and for low earners already struggling with high living costs, increased deductions could be difficult to afford. Add to that the recent rise in employer national insurance contributions from 13.8% to 15%, and it's clear that pension reform will require careful balancing to ensure fairness and sustainability. Still, experts agree that bold action is needed. The DWP has made it clear, without meaningful reform, the next generation will retire poorer, more unequal, and less secure than those who came before them. And that's not a future Britain can afford. The relaunch of the Pensions Commission and the early state pension review mark a critical turning point, an admission that the old system is no longer fit for the challenges of the 21st century. It's a call to action not just for policymakers, but for workers, employers, and financial institutions. Because the truth is, retirement is changing. The old model, where a generous state pension and a final salary scheme guaranteed comfort in old age, is vanishing. In its place, a more uncertain landscape is emerging, one where individuals must take greater responsibility for their financial future, with fewer safety nets and higher stakes. And unless we act, unless we reform how we save, how we plan, and how we protect people in later life, then the warnings we're hearing today could become the grim reality of tomorrow. So if you're watching this and thinking that retirement is still decades away, think again. Because the decisions being made today will shape your future. Whether you're 25 or 55, now is the time to take control of your financial future, to learn about your pension options, and to prepare for a world